hope you're having a good day. My name is TR Rose and I am late to the game. So today I'll be doing an unboxing or showcasing the contents of a game that I bought exclusively because of the beauty of the pieces. This game is Azul, Stained Glass of Sintra. I've always loved stained glass windows. I think they're beautiful. I love the play of light and color. And this game has some absolutely spectacular pieces. So without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to open up the box and see what's inside. The first item we have is our rule book. It's not a very lengthy rule book, but it's printed back and forth so you can see how to play the game. This is an abstract puzzle game, so it's not something where you roll dice and move. Instead, you'll be taking pieces out of the center to build your own stained glass windows. And the pieces for that are further inside the box. This is our scoring path. And there are 6 rounds of play. For each round, you'll have a bonus color that you will draw at random from the bag of tiles. And when you start off, all of your little token markers will start here on 0. You'll advance your piece depending on the number of points you've collected. And you'll use this section here to keep track of how many broken glass pieces you have. When you play this, you need to pull all of the same color pieces from one section, whether from the center or the individual little glass displays. If you can't place them all on one track in that turn, you break glass. And for every piece of broken glass, you advance further down to negative 18 points. So sometimes it's a good idea to take some riskier moves, but you could be penalized for it later. This is a little cardboard display that you fold together like this. And this is where you will put the pieces as they're removed from gameplay. It's just this nice little box, and then it folds flat in between games. These pieces are your glass displays, and you will set these out on the table. Depending on the number of players you have, determines how many of these you will have in play. When you start a round, each one of these will have 4 glass tokens on it, and you can choose, and of course you will have your colors determined at random from the bag. So the game is different every time you play. These are our window pieces, and there are 4, 1 for each player, with the colors red, yellow, gray, and blue. The interesting thing about scoring for this game is that the numbers for each row of points are shown at the bottom. But if you have filled up the ones to the right, if you then complete one to the left, you also get those points again for any that you've filled up to the right. So it's a wise strategy to start off building from the right to the left, as your points will increase each time. For each color, you have these individual window pieces, and they're double-sided. And you will place these randomly at the tops of your window. They fit like this, and when you clear one by filling in all the glass pieces, you then flip it over to do the reverse side, and then once you fill up the reverse side, you remove it from play. So we have these for each of the 4 colors, and they're indicated here and here. And these patterns are the same for all the colors, so one color doesn't have an advantage over the other. will note that one of these has wildcard spaces. You can only use those once you've completed the other side, but you can put any color of glass there. In this little bag, we have our number 1 tile. This is used for if you are the first person to take the glass out of the center, you need to move yourself down on the broken glass track by 1 row, but then this token indicates that you get to go first in the next round. Inside this little bag, we have our glazier pieces. These represent the players. And you move your glazier along the track of your windows. Interestingly, you can also choose a turn to move yourself all the way back to the left rather than continuing to the right. That's a good strategy if you see that there are a lot of glass pieces on the table that you don't have a use for. In this bag, we have our little squares. There are 2 for each color, and those are used on your scoring track. You'll use one of them to move along the board, and you'll use the other one to keep track of your broken glass pieces. And finally, this is my favorite part. We have a fabric bag that contains our glass. And these come in several different colors. There's red, orange, yellow, green, and clear. And these are the main reason why I purchased this game. I thought these were beautiful. I wanted to play a game with them. And they reminded me of those old commercials for the halls of medicine.
These are the halls of medicine,
which were on TV in the 80s that I always loved. I thought they were beautiful. But you have all these gorgeous little pieces, and they also have slightly different textures on them in case you're having trouble determining the colors. And you have this little cloth bag that you can use to randomly select the different colors you need for each round. So that's everything that you get with Azul, the stained glass of Sintra. So I've set up a game here, and you'll see that we are playing with 3 players right now, so we have 7 of these little glass displays out. These pieces were randomly selected, so you can see we have all different colors on offer. So here's our scoring track, and you'll see that I have our bonus colors, which are randomly selected for each round. For round 1, our bonus color is this bluey green piece. So I'm going to start. I have my glazier here all the way to the left, and I like that bonus. So I'm going to shift my glazier all the way over here. I'm going to take these 2 blue out of the middle, and then these 2 extra that were on the glass display go into the center. So I add these here to my track, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so bonus this round is blue. So you snatched up the one that had the 2 blues in it right away.
I did.
Okay.
You're saying.
So I'm going to take a different track. I'm going to move my glazier all the way to here. I'm going to take these 2 oranges and start seeing about getting that stacking bonus for number 2. So that every other time I finish a pane, I should get that bonus too.
Now
That's
it is
my turn.
the red player's turn.
Doing the same thing.
And you will notice here that in the center, we have 3 of these clear pieces. Somebody is going to get stuck with all of those if somebody doesn't take out of the center soon. So let me see what I would like to take. I'm going to take this pink one, put that on my track, and then move these into the center. Now you see there are 2 blues, 3 clear, and 3 yellows in the center.
Okay. Now realizing what I'm going to do, I'm going to take all 3 of these yellow. I'm not even going to move my guy. I'm going to take all 3 of these yellow, and then move one here, and one here, after I keep throwing them along the board, and I'm going to break glass. So,
If you don't have enough spaces on this row to fill it up, you break the glass and then you move your little icon down 1 in the broken glass track. These points are deducted at the end. But since the yellow player was the first one to take from the center, he receives the 1 piece. This means that he will go first in the next round.
And he breaks some glass.
you want to break glass too?
Another, well, because he also picks out of the middle, which means he breaks another glass.
Oh, that's right. He picked out of the middle, so he breaks another glass, so he's down to -2.
I keep forgetting about that.
So yeah.
Okay, the red player is taking the blue-green piece.
Told you.
So now that somebody has already taken from the center, I can grab this red piece and not suffer any penalties. And that's the end of my turn.
Alrighty then. Ha ha ha. I am going to take the orange. Still not moving. I'm going to take the orange, and I have already completed a row.
So this row is worth 2 points. So we move 1, 2 on the scoring track. Now that this row is clear, the yellow player will take 1 of these and put them down here on the scoring path.
I like orange.
All of those other pieces go into the box, and this row flips over.
And I bring out the yellow.
That is the end of the yellow player's turn. Now it is the red player's turn. The red player has chosen to move all the way back to the left, which means that he doesn't have to take anything else off the board. He used his turn to go back to the left because you can only migrate to the right to build glass. So nobody has taken the red piece. I'm going to take the red piece, put that here. These go into the center, and as you can see, there are an awful lot of clear pieces. Somebody's going to get stuck with those. So, for my scoring, this row is worth 1 point, so I move the 1. However, I cleared a row that has the bonus color. So for each bonus color, I get an additional point. So that's 1, 2. I'm going to put this down here, scoop up my extra glass, put them in the box, and flip this over to the reverse. And that ends my turn.
I wish I had that panel with all them lights on it. They're clear. Okay, so I'm going to do the move back to the beginning as well, and that's my turn.
It is now the red player's turn. So the red player was able to fill up an entire row, but unfortunately there was 1 extra left over. So that goes into the box and red moves down just 1 on broken glass. However, this row is worth 1 point, so red gets 1 point for that row.
Already thrown out a lot of
And then flips this one over. So now it's my turn. I'm going to move one here to the right. I'm going to scoop up all these blue pieces. And that's my turn.
Really? Okay, well, there goes my plan. But I can start setting up for maybe the bonus of either the clear or the yellow in the next upcoming rounds. So I'm going to take this. Y'all can go here. And put the clear here. And I gave him yellows.
Thank you. And the same one.
So now for my turn, I'm going to grab this last blue-green one, leaving the yellow player with the orange piece.
So I can come to here and then just plunk the orange down somewhere. And that represents one round, right?
This is one round. Once the first round is complete, you take the bonus piece off of the board, put it into the glass, and then you reach into the bag and randomly draw out tiles to go on each of these glass displays for round 2. So each one will randomly have 4 pieces of glass. 1, 2, 3. And what's interesting is that because this is a random draw, you're not sure what colors will become available based on your bonus track. If a lot of players are saving up one particular color, there might not be any more tiles in the bag to draw of that color. Once the bag is exhausted of pieces, you take your broken glass and you dump this back into the bag and start it again. So for the beginning of round 2, the yellow player was the first to draw from the center. So they take their number 1 tile, place it back into the center, and then they get to go first. So here is a sample of what the end of the game might look like. If you notice, once a section has been completed twice, you've taken your card, you've completed it, you've flipped it over, you've completed the back, it is removed from play, you put a second token here at the bottom. We are going to be using the A mode of scoring, and that means that for each of these surrounding the center little starburst, you'll get bonus points. So for this example, if there are 0 or 1 surrounding this starburst out of 4, there are no additional bonus points. For 2, as we have here, there are 3 bonus points. If you have 3 of them, that is 6. And if you've been able to collect all 4 around the center starburst, that's an additional 10 points. We will mark that here and move the pieces accordingly. And then we'll tally up all these negative numbers and we'll move the pieces back. So for example, if I was here at blue with -4, I would remove 1, 2, 3, 4 in reverse. And additionally, for all of these pieces that you have that aren't fully completing a row, you get 1 bonus point for every 3 that you have placed. So that is how you play Azul Stained Glass of Sintra. So please like, subscribe, and mash that bell. And most importantly, I hope you learned something and give this